Welcome back to Fight Network. Cody Saftik here with you. The UFC returns to Halifax, Nova Scotia on February 19th with UFC Fight Night Halifax. And featured on the prelims is the fighter that now joins us on the line. It's longtime Ontario lightweight standout, Alex Ricci. Alex, thanks for dropping by the show today.
Hey guys, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Now, to guys in Canada, we've known about Alex Ricci for a long time now. You've been fighting on the circuit for quite some time anyways. But when you made your UFC debut, I saw a lot of these American fans, some international fans kind of questioning, well, where does Alex Ricci come from? And the one thing I'd really try to express to them is that you have a bona fide Muay Thai background. You spent some time in Thailand. You've won a high-profile Thailand fights. I just want to kind of get into that. What exactly is your Thai record, and how long did you spend with Muay Thai?
Well, I started Muay Thai when I was 14 years old. I dedicated my whole life to it. I have 50 professional Muay Thai fights with a record of 33, 13-3. I competed on some of the biggest stages, the Ratchatham Stadium in Thailand. I fought in the King's Cup. I lived in Thailand for 3 years, training with some of the best martial artists in the world, and that's my foundation. I'm a striking-based fighter, and I fell in love with it right off the bat once I found it.
And the thing with Muay Thai is it doesn't really have the riches that some of these other combat sports have. So the people that really dedicate themselves to Muay Thai are really fans of martial arts in general, and you fell into that category. Now, you make the transition to MMA, and you got off to a ridiculously good start, undefeated, most of those wins coming by way of finish. Talk about that transition. How did you decide one day, you know what, I love Muay Thai, I love the scene, I love being here, but I kind of want to focus on getting a career in combat sports, and I think that MMA is the road. How did you kind of come to that decision?
Well, yeah, at around 2008, 2009, I was kind of getting to a point in my Muay Thai career where I wanted something a little bit different. I was getting a little tired of the scene. There wasn't as many fights as there were right now at the time in North America, so it was very hard. When I came back from Thailand, it was very difficult to find really good fights, and the MMA scene in Canada and North America was really booming at the time. MMA became legal in Ontario in 2010 and opened up a lot of great opportunities for martial artists like myself. So it gave me the opportunity to pursue this career as a mixed martial artist and continue making a living through fighting, which that is my passion. And making the transition was really fun because it really humbled me because I had to learn all of these new skills and arts as a martial artist. Spent a lot of time wrestling and grappling, and I had to really empty my cup and start from level one and build my way back up into a mixed martial artist.
And for you, what was the biggest skill to kind of grasp? I mean, you come in, as we talked about, with already a good striking pedigree. And in your wrestling, to be honest, that's the one area of your game I thought has improved the most over the years. I mean, we've seen you in matches with wrestlers like Ryan Healy, E.J. Brooks. These guys can't take you down. When they do take you down, you get back up. You hardly take any damage on the ground. It seems like that's really come a long way. Who are some of the people that have helped you? And what was the toughest area to grasp and to learn at? I know you're continuously learning new things every day.
Well, one of the hardest things for me to grasp was the grappling, fighting off my back. It was just a whole new world that I was unfamiliar with, but with all the hard work and practice and training with some great martial artists, some great grappling practitioners, I was able to put it all together, and it took me years to really get into my groove, but I'd had to say the grappling was the toughest thing for me to really pick up, coming from a striking background, and I was really stepping out of my element, but I kind of love taking on challenges like that and making my weaknesses some of my strengths, and that's why I feel right now that I'm a complete mixed martial artist.
Well, you've taken all the right and necessary steps towards these goals and these dreams. I mean, you opened up your own gym, M1 Thai Boxing. You've also spent a lot of time locally in the area with Parabellum, which is one of the better gyms in Ontario. But beyond that, you've gone to Florida. You spent some time with the Black Zillions, and now more recently, you're spending a lot of time in Las Vegas. So talk about that a little bit. How's that been for you so far?
Training down here in Las Vegas with Coach Angelo Reyes has been the best decision I've ever made. His style and his his system I really resonate with, and I've been like really learning so much down over here. I'm constantly surrounded by great martial artists. Like Las Vegas is the fight capital of the world, so I just feel like that I'm just learning so much while I'm down here, and I'm really blessed to be around great fighters and great coaches like Angelo that are constantly pushing me and motivating me to bring the best out of myself. And yeah, it's just been a great experience down here. I love Las Vegas. I love the people. The energy is great, and like I'm in such a great spot right now, mentally, physically, and then spiritually. I feel like my whole game is very balanced, and every fight that I go through, I'm constantly reinventing myself, improving my skills, and like I learn so much from every fight I go through, and yeah, it's just I'm really resonating with being down here in Las Vegas. So.
Now, you officially made your UFC debut, long time coming, against Jeremy Kennedy, UFC on Fox 23. Unfortunately, came up in short that one, but it was very much late notice. Talk about getting that call after all these years and being told, basically, here's your dream, here's the goal, it's right here for you, but you're going to have to take it on short notice and kind of face a little bit of adversity. What was that for you? Good news and kind of tough news at the same time.
You know what? I was so excited when I got that call. It's something that I've been dreaming about for a very long time, and like I said before, I've taken many fights on short notice, so I have a lot of experience with that. I prepare myself. I focus on me, and it really doesn't matter who I step into the cage with. At the end of the day, the only person that could beat me is me. And in this sport, it's unpredictable. You could, like, Paul Felder could get injured the week of the fight, and then I got an opponent change, or so many things could happen in this sport, and for me, as a martial artist, I constantly stay ready. I constantly stay sharp, because opportunities like that can come once. They come once in a lifetime. They don't come very often, and you need to be ready for these opportunities, because that could be your only shot.
Well, everyone always talks about how, sometimes when fighters go in there, they get the octagon jitters, that the sophomore performance, the second time out, is always the better performance. Is always when you kind of see guys get a little more loose and a little more comfortable. That's why people are very excited to see you here with a full camp under your belt, back in Canada, on the east coast of Canada, in Halifax, taking on Paul Felder. Now, originally you're supposed to take on Alvaro Herrera. Now you get the tougher opponent in Paul Felder, but stylistically, the way you can look at this guy's fights, the way he moves forward, the way he wants to make it an exciting fight, and is predominantly a striker. Is this a more exciting fight for you?
Oh, absolutely. And this is where I thrive, when I have bigger challenges, tougher opponents. That's when I get the best out of me, and where I have some of my best opponents' performances, or when I fight the best and the toughest. Right? Then this is why I'm a martial artist, to constantly test myself. I don't want any easy fight there. And at the end of the day, there are no easy fights in the UFC. Every fight is challenging. Every fight has its struggles and challenges that we need to overcome. And fighting an opponent like Paul, I'm very grateful for it, because it's such a big opportunity for me. Like I said, these opportunities don't come often. And when Alvaro got injured, and then we got Paul. When Paul Felder signed up, like when Paul Felder's opponent got injured, and then my manager talked to the matchmakers, and they were able to make this fight possible. And he's a great striker, I'm a great striker, and it's definitely going to be a fight of a night. It's going to be entertaining, because that's what we are. At the end of the day, we're entertainers, and I love what I do, and I love performing on the biggest stage of the world. So it's definitely going to be a great, exciting fight.
Well, we're definitely looking forward to it. There's an age-old quote, an age-old saying that styles make fights, and in this case, the UFC definitely nailed it. Alex Ricci taking on Paul Felder, and you can catch that action live on February 19th for UFC Fight Night Halifax, going down, obviously, in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. Alex Ricci, once again, thank you for taking the time. Best of luck to you in the upcoming training camp and fight.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.